Is it an amazing movie? Is it worth the hype? No, it's not. Is it a good film? I don't know. You see, you have to understand the kind of world that we're living in. This is the post. I don't even say it's a different world. It's so funny. I'm literally looking at a Batman logo and we'll get to. So I'm going to try and make this non-spoiler, but I think I've got to start there. Is it worth hype? Is this amazing film that everyone is saying? For me, no, it's not. It ain't a bad film. The film, it's decent, and that's the honest truth. It's a, it's. But is it a good film? I don't. I can't come out and say because literally I was just when I was walking back from the cinema, I was thinking to myself, okay, like what are my emotions and I've got so many different emotions, and just when the credits rolled, I was like, okay, I'm not actually sure how to feel with what I just watched. There were some pretty cool moments, some like wow, hey, and everything. But let's just put that to one side. Let's first talk about the pink pelican in the vicinity, which is Ezra Miller. Because people have been saying, and I think stupidly so, that, oh my gosh, like, I know he's doing so many bad things, but he's amazing in this film. Here's the thing. Even if Ezra Miller gave a performance like Marlon Brando in Superman, like Wesley Snipes in Blade, Heath Ledger as the Joker, Jack Nicholson as the Joker, even if he gave that level of performance, or Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker, even if he gave that level of performance, it still doesn't negate the fact that we saw you choke a girl on camera. So, see, the allegations are there of grooming, having a cult and everything. Those things are allegations because we don't know whether they are true. But what you know for a fact is, on camera, we saw you choke, slam a girl on camera. So that is a fact. So you having an amazing performance does not negate that. But he was all right and so forth. No, he was good. He wasn't amazing. It isn't a super incredible, outstanding, crazy performance because the way people were talking about his performance was, is this like Heath Ledger Joker? Is this like Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker? Where, okay, this is a sensational, mossy performance. Because guys, I'll keep it a stack. The star of this film is your boy. This guy is the star of the film. Him right here. Where's this? Him right here. That's the star of the film. Michael Keaton, Batman. The best moments in the film, the best thing about the film, the high points about the film is Keaton as Batman. And even then, I don't want to spoil it. When you first see Michael Keaton and Bruce Wayne appear, I wanted to punch the screen. No, I wanted to do two things. I wanted to punch the screen, then find, I think it's Andy Muschietti, the guy, the director, find him and punch him several times. I wanted to commit assault. I wanted to commit assault on the director because when you look at just how Tim Burton represented him and so forth, and that is how you introduce Michael Keaton's Batman like that. Guys, here is the whole thing about this whole thing, because I'm just trying to the standards have fallen. And I am tired of superhero movies. Because when you watch this, because first half, I'm like, oh, I'm going, okay, this seems as if, okay. Like the first half of the film. Once we now get into the action and things happening, I'm like, this is just like every other superhero movie. It's like every other superhero movie, like, bro, I have a PS5 here. I can play a video game. Why do I need to watch a video game when I can play a video game? I go to the cinema to watch films. I don't go to the cinema to watch video games. And with so many of these superhero movies, the reason why most of them are garbage is because like you're watching a video game. Captain America 1, First Avenger, and when you watch the Winter Soldier, those are films. Why do people like the Winter Soldier so much? Because it's a film. Why is First Avenger for me one of my favorite comic book movies? Because it's a film. They're trying to make a film. And even when you see the action, there is still a level of sophistication when you see the action scenes. When you see action here, there is no sophistication. It's just, let's just throw some stuff in there, bits of CGI, guys jumping up and down and everything. I'm like, because at a point, I'm sorry, I was bored. At a point during the action, I was like, okay, so this guy's flying and he's jumping and he's flying and he's throwing this. There is Because, as guys, in a post John Wick 4 world, I expect more from action scenes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I expect more. I expect better choreography, better direction, better sophistication, better care when you're delivering action. Because the action scenes are just as important as the dramatic scenes. They're all the freaking same, which is what we saw in John Wick. John Wick is where everything, every scene matters. The fighting, the dialogue, the talking, everything matters. So I don't, because what these reviewers were saying was as if this is one of the greatest comic book movies ever. And I'm sorry, what I saw was it is definitely one of the best DC movies. It is. But what is its competition? Of course it's better than Justice League. Of course it's better than Man of Steel. Of course better. I mean, okay, yeah, it's better. Guys, I'll be real with you. I got more out of Aquaman than this. And to be real with you, out of all of these DC films, of like these new DCEU films, I think Shazam is the best. The first film, I've not seen the second one. I still think, because for Shazam, it was consistent from beginning to end in tone, what it was delivering, everything hits. Guys, I'll be real with you, bro. I mean, and you guys can judge. When you see Barry Allen's like himself in the past, so his other self, his younger self, if you don't get pissed off, bro, start trying to, because at the point of like, okay, you're too loud, you're too annoying, you're making too many noises. It's now grating now. Because at start, okay, cool, they're different. Okay, he's got a different personality. Okay, cool. But afterwards, you're like, bro, man, this is too much. Like, it became annoying. It became really annoying. So, I mean, overall, and look, see, there are lots of Easter eggs, so I don't want to ruin anything for you because there are loads of Easter eggs. So many, there are a lot of Easter eggs. And there is an ending. Again, guys, don't spoil this for anyone in the comments. There is something happens. All I say is that something happens at the end where you'll be like, okay, okay, so it's one of those where, so again, I'm not reading it for you. Just something happens at the end, like pretty much at the very end, where it's like, yeah, okay, all right, I see, okay. Because see, I'll be real with you, I came to the film to watch Michael Keaton as Batman. That was my main reasoning. If Michael Keaton wasn't in this film, I wouldn't have watched this film. And looking at this now, 100% I'd have been right not to watch this film if not for Michael Keaton, So, and was I happy with how Michael Keaton was represented? Yes and no. Because there were some points where I was like, oh man, that's that Keaton we do. Like, so it just took me back to 1989 and Michael Keaton and so forth. So there were bits of it that reminded me of the old school Batman. Because again, I'm going to show it to you, bro. So it's your boy right there. It's your boy right there. Was it? Right there. So there were bits that, like, if you grew up on our movie, like, I remember that. But then there are other bits where it's like, why is Batman in the daylight? Why is Batman jumping up and down like a pink? Bro, there was a point where he was just like a piece of black CGI blob just jumping up and down like CGI. And at a point, you're like, oh, wow, this is cool. But something like that, wait, no, but this is Batman. And this is Keaton's Batman. That is a certain kind of a Batman that operates a certain kind of a way. So it is hard for me to sort of accept, because one's like, okay, this just, again, it looks like I'm watching a video game. And this is supposed to be a freaking film. And Batman, the beauty about Batman is that he's grounded in reality. So, bro, I'll be real with you, man. I mean, I'll see what you guys think, man. But I'm sorry, man. I mean, this ain't better than Across the Spider-Verse, bro. It ain't, because Across the Spider-Verse, it's a complete narrative and film that has consistent quality from beginning to end. For me, and this is why critics are rating that so highly, because when you watch Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, that is a quality piece of film. It ain't perfect, and the bits of it are still iffy, but bro, I'm sorry, there were bits of this film that were garbage. It literally just, I'm just looking at CG garbage, and I'm saying to myself that because this is the key thing. So all these guys saying this is the most amazing film ever. How different is this really from every other superhero movie? Yes, the performance are a bit better. Yes, the whole time story is a bit interesting, and what they do with the whole time story, it's interesting and so forth. But at the end of the day, you're like, this ain't no different from any of the superhero movie. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is doing something completely new in terms of visual storytelling and so forth. So it stands out. It feels different. This just feels like every other superhero movie. And it is what it is. So tell me, guys, what you think when you guys watch The Flashing Man. Peace out. And my spoiler review will come out afterwards. One love.